Welcome back, class. In our last episode we talked about all of the wizard's spells. But spells are useless without a powerful weapon to cast them from. So for today's lesson we're going to break down each of the wizard weapons, talk about the strengths and weaknesses of each, and when they should be used. Let's get into it. The magic staff is the default wizard weapon, meaning it'll be in every starting loadout. The magic staff has a medium range 2-combo melee attack, starting with a left swing, followed by an overhead bonk. The staff has the highest base physical damage out of all the wizard melee options, with only a -20 movement speed modifier. You could obviously still cast spells with the mage staff. That being said, it does not have any built-in implicit magic damage like some of the wizard alternatives, meaning you're going to have to get lucky on an RNG stat roll for the staff to be a good spellcasting weapon. The strengths of the magic staff is that it's decent at everything, but that's also its weakness. A jack of all trades, but a master of none. I would only use this weapon if I had a crazy roll in it. The Crystal Sword has a medium range 3-attack melee combo consisting of an underhand stab, an overhand right, and a wide left swing. What makes the Crystal Sword unique is the fact that it splits its melee damage types between physical and magic, about a 55-45 split. Your magic damage is boosted even more if you take the Ignite spell. The Crystal Sword has a -30 movement speed modifier, which is higher than the magic staff, but still lower than the Crystal Ball Rondo Dagger combo. The strengths of this weapon are: it is a great tool to clear mobs without wasting spells, it fits perfect into a melee-focused style wizard build, it scales very well with hybrid armor, and it looks fucking cool. Some of the negatives are: it has no implicit magic damage bonus, so your spells are weaker, and sometimes the spellcasting animations can clip on a terrain and cancel your casts. All in all, this weapon isn't the strongest, but I'm happy it exists and creates a unique style of play.
This warrior's bound it. I'm binding warrior.
One shot.
The Rondo Dagger has a short-range 2-attack melee combo consisting of a right-handed shank followed by an underhand stab. The dagger has the highest melee DPS in the wizard's arsenal, but at the cost of being extremely short range. You cannot cast spells with the dagger alone, but you can pair it with the Crystal Ball to create a devastating combo. The Crystal Ball is a spellcasting only weapon and has base implicit magic damage, so your spells still pack some heat. You should run this setup when you're using a hybrid build, using the spell Ignite to buff your melee damage, but still having strong spells like Fireball and Magic Missile to compete at range. The strengths of this weapon combo are: you have the strongest melee DPS possible for the wizard, but not only for PvP, but PvE as well, meaning you can clear mobs fast and efficiently. On top of that, your spells still hurt. The weaknesses are: it is expensive because you need 2 good weapons instead of just 1. It is the slowest wizard setup with -35 movement speed. The melee is short range, meaning you have to get very close to do your damage. And with having the slow movement speed, you can put yourself at risk. The Spellbook is the strongest spellcasting option for the wizard. With its high built-in implicit magic damage, your spells will nuke. The Spellbook only has a -10 movement speed modifier, the lowest of any weapon. This means if you use the spell Haste and have relatively light gear, you will be faster than any opponent, and can stay away from their melee attacks. You're going to want to stay away because if you're using a Spellbook, you don't have the option to melee whatsoever. However, you can bring another weapon in your secondary slot if you so choose, but will have to swap weapons mid-combat, and sometimes that can get you killed. The strengths of the Spellbook are: it has high spell damage, making your spells strong. It's cheap because you can just get a white or green book from the vendor and still get the base implicit magic damage bonus. And you are really fast when using the Spellbook. The weaknesses are: without a melee weapon, farming mobs can be taxing. If you run out of spells, you're just useless, and if you get caught in melee, you can't defend yourself easily. I think the best time to use a Spellbook is if you have high spell damage gear with a large amount of knowledge, so you could use big beefy spells like Chain Lightning and Fireball. Now onto our final weapon. A weapon so magical, so mysterious, only a wizard who has trained many years in the dark arts could wield such power. The weapon that I'm referring to is the crossbow. Yes, the crossbow. This is the weapon you use to send a message to your opponent saying, I'm better than you, and I know it. But all jokes aside, the crossbow does have some practical applications other than just being a meme. It is good for clearing mobs like the flying skulls, dragonflies, and spiders. All mobs wizards have trouble clearing. Also, when your opponent is low and you need a faster damage option, quick swapping to your crossbow and taking a shot is faster than charging up a new spell. The crossbow is very niche, but also very fun to use, and something to consider. Oh yeah, it also works with Ignite. Pog. That is it for the Wizard's Weapons class. All the weapons listed are viable options and you could develop a unique playstyle around each. I think the most powerful and versatile weapon combo is the Rondel Dagger plus Crystal Ball, but my personal favorite is the Spellbook, Crossbow, Giga Chad combo. But that's enough for me. I want you to get out there and test these weapons for yourself and see what feels good for you. But like always, don't skip class and catch me on the next one. Peace out.